So welcome back to the guide file. I'm TJ Dagger, and today we're going to continue on with our little mission we're putting together here, and with the samples and stuff. So in our previous videos we created some zones and flags and worked out how to make that capture. We're going to expand on that. We're going to look at how we can make that event of capturing the flag affect some other things that we've already done. So we'll get right into it. So we're going to go to our triggers, where we look at our flags, and basically what we want to do is we want to basically have it so that when we capture our flag, our menu of reinforcements allows us to select our vehicles. So the way we're currently set up, we'll just press start to illustrate this. So basically we're currently set up, we click on tanks, and there they are. We want to make it so in order to get those in our list, instead of being there from the start, we're going to make it so we have to capture the flag first. So we're going to run through that. Okay, so what we've done is we've worked out that we've got a little variable here, which is this flag 1, and what happens is it starts off as 0, which means it belongs to the enemy, and when we capture it, we change it to equal 1, which means it belongs to the player. So we're going to use that information, we're going to use that variable. So we're going to look at our menu, and here where we have tanks, here we show the Crusader and the Cromwell. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little if statement. So it's under generic if, and we're going to go in there, we're going to find the CMP underscore I, which is for our variables, and we're going to find our player 1 flag. We're going to say if flag 1 equals 1, which is what value it'll be at when the player has captured it. We're going to go add inside, and we're going to put our reinforcements, which are under other. Okay, that. And we're going to show the Crusader. Copy that. I'm going to show the Cromwell. Now it basically means we're going to get rid of these two. The Crusader up there, delete that one. Cromwell, delete that. Using Alt and the little arrow keys, I'm going to move that up. So now we're going to say that we're only going to show them if we have flag 1 equaling 1. So let's press start, give that a test. There we go, we'll call in some troops. We'll have a look back to our main menu, click on there, and you'll notice there's no vehicles available.
Got it, sir.
Get these guys up here. Get some more guys in. Help them fellas out. Notice how guys walk very slow. We'll look at changing that too to make sure that they run in a bit faster when we call them in. So there's our flag being captured. Okay, so if we go back to our main menu, and there's our vehicles now available. So there we go. So that's an easy one. Basically just using our flag variable to dictate what goes on. So we could make more flags. Say we want to have more flags on the map. It's a simple case of copying these functions here and we rename it, so it would be flag2. Enemy caption, we'd also do a player, and we would then proceed to go through here and make sure everything that applies to a second flag, which would also mean copying these, it can be hard to separate sometimes. So I just select both red ones because they have some common flags, some common tags I should say. And I'll just edit them with it selected preferably. So simple, and delete the flag 1 references. And change them to flag 2 as well. So this can be a slow way to go through and make all these changes by individually copying everything. We'll look at some shortcuts, more so to do with the script rather than let's get this right. Add number 2, delete that. Okay, so here I've basically got the same flags as the others, only I've put a 2 on the end. When you're naming things, it's a good idea, if you're going to make multiple things, it's a good idea to keep it simple. Keep it so at the end of the day, when you end up going through your script, all you're really doing, preferably, is changing the last number at the end of everything. So I've also got to put some zones down. So we want a new circle, this will be flag inner 2, leave him at 8, and we want flag, what do we call that, outer 2, and if I remember right he was 12. Okay, so we also need to make another variable, which is again F9 in the vars here. So this will be flag 2, and then we want to go through all our lines here, and so we want to make that outer 2. This will be flag 2, so as you can see, we can delete these ones that we're not using anymore now. Basically we're just redoing the same. Now this is one way to do it. Go through everything individually and change them line by line. Another way to do it, and I'll just save that and go down out, and if I go into my mod the guide file, which we're working from here, and I'm going to open up my resource map, single, the guide file, reinforcements, I'm going to open my actual mission file that we're working on, I'm going to open it with a little program. You can open it with Notepad. I like to use something called Notepad++. It's a free thing. It's very handy, so it tells me that it's open in something else, the same thing, and it wants to know if I want to load the changes that were made. Where are we? Here it is, flags. Okay, now I can go Control F in this little program, and I know I'm working with flag2, so let's find that. Here we go. So in here, I know that I've gone through, so this is the player capture function, which is this one here. So it's all that information. I'm now looking at it in a text document, and I can simply work my way through here, and I can go through and I can just change all these values, find them a lot quicker in here and change them than what I can in the editor. When you see this hash like that, that there is basically these ones turned off. And the beauty about the editor and using something like Notepad++ is that if I go through and delete these things here, and then go save, reopen this, it'll ask me, do I want to update? I go yep. As a consequence though, I've lost those couple changes I made in here, so I'll just have to quickly go back and do them, but those other bits will be fine. You see them, they're now gone, those hash things. So quickly just going to scroll down through here, changing all these values that talk about the flags and the zones. Of course, you don't have to do it this way if you're not comfortable looking at the script in this format. You can go through it line by line in the editor. I just thought I'd show you, give you more options. Okay, a quick check as we go up, make sure we haven't missed anything.
Bloody amazing.
So that's that one. This one now is the, let's make sure it's number 2, flags, yep, enemy capture, number 2. Okay, so quickly, so you can see there where I started changing things in the editor. There's another one. And then I simply press save up here, go back to my document, up to mission, and press reload, and it reloads it with, if everything's gone according to plan, all my changes. There we are. There we are, and we can quickly test that to make sure that that has worked. We'll look at those guys, getting them to move faster in a moment. Let's see if our zones are anywhere nearby. Yes, they are. That's good. Run faster, boys. And so there we go. And the enemy should steal that flag back. There they go. So there we go. We've easily copied that, so if we want 10 flags, we just repeat that process and keep copying and make up however many flags you need for your mission. So we're going to have a quick look at now our reinforcement unit that comes in, and we notice that they dawdle in. We want to give them a bit of, make them a bit more snappy. So we're going to go into our reinforcements here, find our links. This is where they spawn in. Okay, so we're going to add, in there we're going to add an actor state. Okay, so who are we talking about? We have to work out first, so we're going to go advanced. And we're going to add a group, add the tag. Tag, of course, is the elites, English elites. We're going to include, we're going to exclude the tag hidden. And now we're going to put them under user control. We're going to make them open fire. We're going to make them, make them hold position. So where we click them, that's where they go and they stay. And we're going to put them on assault speed. Now, at the moment, the way things stand, if we were to load this mission up in single player, it would work and everything would get assigned to us. But if we were to say play multiplayer, co-op, either in LAN or online, we would find nothing would be assigned to us, despite the fact that we've gone into F9 and we've gone right, the player equals player O, we've done all that, but still, it won't work. The reason is because we need to have another command in here called the auto assign. The auto assign is the all important one for co-op, so we're going to look at that as well. So we'll just, using our alt arrow keys, we're going to move this up a bit. So there we set the actor state, so we'll just look and see what that does. We'll check that out. So here we go, we're going to call them guys in, and there they go. We've basically made them run faster. They've got their guns out ready if they didn't already before, and not only that,
Got it, sir.
but they're not on free movement anymore because we've set them to hold position in our actor state. So finish that. So we're going back into our reinforcements now, elites. Now we're going to add in here, we're going to add an auto assign. There it is, under other. Is that right? Other. Auto assign. It's very much like the rest. We're going to tell it who, and we're going to go with advanced, the group, with the tag elites. We're going to exclude the tag hidden, so any that are hidden, and that will auto assign them to us. Now with the nearest here, the way that works is if you've got two people playing and someone has one of their units that they own down near the base, then if it's ticked the nearest, when those guys come in and get auto assigned, they're going to get assigned to the nearest player. So that could be the guy who's standing there. So if someone leaves a unit near the beginning, they're going to get all the troops. So by leaving it unticked, it shares it pretty evenly, or what it determines as even. Okay, now if I leave that the way it is, what would happen is the first unit we call in, they're going to come marching in on the map. They're going to get evenly distributed up between the guys. But then when the next unit comes in, the auto assign is going to assign all the elites who aren't hidden. And that includes the guys who are already on the map and already been divided up, and it might reassign them all to different players again. So to prevent that from happening, what we're going to do is we're going to add in here under entity an entity state. An entity state here, we can basically, I think we've used these earlier with the flags, where we can add and remove tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a selection here. We're going to go advanced again, the group with the tag elites. We're going to exclude any with the tag hidden, And what we're going to do now is we are going to remove the tag eLeads. We're also going to put a little delay in here, so we're going to add a delay. I'm going to put that for like 2 seconds or something. So we want to auto assign everybody, and then 2 seconds later we are going to remove them from the group of elites. So by the time the next group come in, they won't get reassigned. They're already on the map, they're in play, they've done their thing. So again, this stuff you won't really notice in single player, but this is where it needs to, this is how it needs to be for co-op. And it's that simple. So they would have lost their tag. Let's get tags up, see? Pull another lot in. They've got their tags. Bang, there they go, they're removed. Okay. Now, we should do that for all of our reinforcements. So with our Crusader, our Cromwell, the whole lot. So what we want to do is we'll want to add the auto assign. We also want an entity state. We'll add that in after. So we're going to select this time. Who have we got here? We've got the Crusader. So the Crusader, exclude the tag hidden. Also want our actor state. Again, it's our we can often use the current here as well, because we will test this. We'll see if current's going to do what we want it to. Current generally is if you've already started doing commands where you've selected a particular thing, it stays in memory as the current one selected until you select another current. So theoretically we should be able to just put current in there, which we'll try. So we want to make him user controlled, because let's just check. By default he is set to the control of the AI. So if our current's working, we should be able to check once he comes in. So let's see, we're going to put him on open fire. We don't need to change anything else. It's a tank. They're pretty not as finicky as the infantry. So then we want to do our auto assign, and then we want our small delay. After the auto assign, and then our entity state, we're going to stick with our theory of the current, and we want to remove the tag Crusader. So we'll test out this current in this situation. Testing it now. Oh, we've got to steal our first flag, of course, haven't we? Just to get it up. Okay, boys. Make this fast. Okay, they didn't get it. It's going to be a bit more difficult than we thought. Okay, so sometimes when you're testing, it is a good idea to turn some things off. So simply by turning that off, there we go, turning it off, little red symbol comes up. They won't bother us. We can go about testing. Okay, flag goes up and down, brings in our Alright, so we're looking to see if the Crusader loses its 2 tags. Its tag. So it doesn't look like. No, it still says it's AI. So there goes that theory. So we go through there and we'll select those as advanced, which will be our tag Crusader, excluding the tag hidden. Copy that for easy reference. Okay, that. We'll assign again with our advanced group tag, exclude the tag hidden, and again here we're going to go advanced group tag Crusader hidden, of course. Move him to there. Start to test that. Run our guys up. Double click, make them run faster. Okay, there it goes. There goes the tag, and it's been assigned to the user. So finish that up and save it. So we would go through that process for all our reinforcements to make them, by using the auto assign, to set them so that they're available in co-op, and that's it. That's how you make them co-op.